Okay guys, welcome to another episode of My Crypto World. Today we're going to have a look at the market, where things have gone for the last week. And I know I've had a lot of messages from people in my private traders group wondering about where the market's headed. Let's face it, it's been quite a bloodbath of a week. And if we're having a look now at the market heat map, we can see that it's pretty much all red. So Bitcoin down quite a lot, 5.83%, Ethereum down 3.8%, Solana down 6.93%. Pretty much across the board, we've had quite a hectic week as far as pricing goes. A couple of mentions though, Mana, which I mentioned to the group last video. We spoke about the Decentraland. That's up. That's now at the $3.96, which is good. Holo's up, Engine's up, oh my god, or OMG is up, Wax is up, which I'm going to talk to you a bit about that in a moment. So there are some coins that are making moves upwards through this downward motion, mostly related to the gaming sector. If we have a look at our price charts now and just see where the movement of the price has gone for the last 30 days, although we've had a bad week, Ethereum is still up 5.12%. Solana is up 25% in the last 30 days. Bitcoin is down over the last 30 days, 12%. And it's down 12% for the last 7 days as well, as you can see here. But pretty much everything is everything's down. Avalanche has had a great month, even with the downward movement that we've had this week. That's down to up just under 80%. So overall, the markets, as you can see by the red colouring of the graph, everything is down. But from a monthly point of view, quite a number of coins are still up and looking strong. The Decentraland Mana, here we go here. We mentioned that one last week, and that has gone up really strongly, up 401%. So you can't be too upset about that. Let's have a look at the whole market here and see what's going on, so we can explain. Again, this is the standard chart that we use. The only thing I update on this is the cycle. If this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, I'll just go into a very brief explanation. Based on history, we know that this market has a 31-day cycle, and in that 31-day cycle, we can break it up into 3 smaller cycles of 10 days each, roughly. And what we want to see when we're looking at the market when it's bullish, which means it's going up, we want to know that at least the first 2/3 of that cycle are moving upwards and the last third is moving downwards. So basically we want 20 days of up, 10 days of down. And that really instigates shows me that the market is still very bullish. If we go back and have a look at history again, just very quickly, and let's have a look at where the whole market cap was at, way back in the start of 2021. You can see at all these peaks, they pretty much rose for about 20 days. Some not 20 days, sometimes they don't make quite 20 days, but overall, by and large, it's about a 20-day upward cycle followed by a 10-day downward cycle before the next upward cycle begins again. And that's exactly what we've got here. The market as it is now, oops, what have I done here? Let's go to auto. This peak here was actually day 20 of the 31-day cycle. So since this cycle started, which was right here, we've moved upwards for 20 days and we're now coming down. We're actually now at day 29. So we've got 2 more days left in this cycle before the market hopefully will turn around again and move back up. Now, my personal thoughts are that we're in a bull market still, so I'm expecting this to actually bounce back up and go higher. In saying that though, if we get in the next cycle, if the first 10 days look really strong and then it falls away from that, we know we're actually in a bearish cycle. Now we might be overall bullish, but there can be small bear cycles, small downward cycles in an overall bull market. So we're just going to watch and see where things are going at the moment. Now, if this is your first time in crypto, as I know there are some people out there who have messaged me, it is, welcome to the show. The market is sometimes unpredictable, and as much as I try to give you as solid content as I possibly can in this video, and all my other videos, of course, The truth is, we really don't know where the market's going to go. Past history doesn't always indicate what's going to happen in the future, but sometimes it does, which is why I'm very bullish regarding the cycles, because typically when the market's moving up, it's 20 days up, 10 days down, 20 days up, 10 days down, and that's again what we've experienced here. When it was the opposite, when we were going in the downward spiral over the last couple of months, so mid-May all the way through to August, you can see that it didn't do what it traditionally has done when it's going up. Now we're getting that pattern back and that cycle back again. You can see here, it probably went up for about 15, 16 days and then up to the next peak. The same thing happened here, went up for about 20 days, maybe 15, 20 days, and then sideways for a few days as well. Again, we're gaining that momentum back that we had way over here. So for me, it's a very bullish sign. It's really just you've got to be patient. The market will never do what you want it to do in your time frame. It's always about holding on and looking at the long-term picture, which again, I reiterate, this is what this channel is all about, giving you the long-term views. So I'm very bullish on it. Again, I hate saying it, but I've got to say this at every video. It's not financial advice. It's just my financial opinion. And typically my strategies and theories have worked very well for me over the last 2 to 3 years. So, which is terrific for me, which hopefully will pass that good knowledge on to yourselves. So in a couple of days, I'm going to draw a blue band across this and we'll start the next 31-day cycle from there. And we'll have a look at how that's going. Now, as to some other news in the market, Theta, there was an article out earlier this week that an analyst said that Theta is ready to go to the moon, pretty much. Here we go. Crypto analyst Altcoin Sherpa says Theta is primed for a fresh leg up after lagging the broader market for a while now. Now, we all know that Theta is one of my top holdings. I still have total faith in the market and the project that's backing the Theta token. But it is amazing if you go onto the Twitterverse how many people are actually supporting Theta. You would know by their website, if you've gone to have a look at that they have got some very big partners behind them. You're talking about Samsung, you're talking about Google. So the fact that the price hasn't moved too much over the last couple of weeks, months, even half a year, is not a major concern for me at all. There are a lot of people out there who know that the Theta is really going to be powering the metaverse and the future of esports and things like that on the net. So that's pretty exciting. Finally, we also had some news from Solana. For those that have been around on my channel for a while, you know that Solana is one of the picks in our portfolio that I announced or suggested we get back into. I think it must have been around about 18 months ago now. Well, Solana have now partnered up with the Brave partner to integrate it into the Brave browser, which I'm not currently using, but I normally do use the Brave browser. Much better security, much better firewalls, and a lot more privacy with the Brave browser. And that will now, Solana will now become available to over 42 million users of the browser, and would be used as the default blockchain network for cross-chain and dApps as well. So that's really positive news for Solana holders. Now, last week I spoke about some sectors within the coin market that you could have a look at. One of the main ones was gaming, and that spiked up quite a bit of interest from people wondering what on earth I was talking about. How could gaming be that profitable for investors into the gaming market? And so I thought I'd just do a little bit more research on that and just show you some information about the gaming sector. So this is the esports boom cycle. You can see here since 2018 all the way through to 2008 all the way through to 2018 in this top graph here, that esports, being the purple graph, has started to has outgrown film and music industries significantly. It's more than double in 2018, the music and the film industry. The music and film industry has pretty much remained stable, starting in 2008 at 44 and all the way up to 2018 is 60. But the gaming revenue, this is billions of USD in revenue. Now we're looking at about $135 billion in 2018. If we scroll down further for projections, you can see here that esports revenue, so this is the money that's generated from watching esports. So esports, again, for those that are unfamiliar with the term, literally sitting down on your computer and watching somebody play a computer game. That's probably the easiest way to describe it. There's a lot more detail regarding esports now, especially with the metaverse coming out. The metaverse is like a virtual reality land where you can buy skins, become a different person. You can buy land now with Ethereum and have an actual block of land on places like Sandbox. So there's a whole universe out there that now exists as part of the metaverse. But coming back to the original story, projections for the growth of esports are bullish, with revenue expected to more than double from 2018 down up to 2020, which is where we're at now. We're beyond 2020, we're at 2021. So in 2014, it was 194 billion. It's now 1.790 trillion. So you can see that there is a lot of revenue being generated by that. People now get paid to watch esports. The players themselves get paid to play esports. So there's lots of prizes and lots of games, and developers out there are trying to find more and more ways to continue this universe to grow for people's enjoyment and entertainment. So that's what the metaverse is about, and that's why I said in my previous video that the gaming sector within the crypto market is very, very interesting at the moment, because there are so many developments happening. And we spoke about one of the developments, of one of the biggest ones was the play to earn, where you actually get paid to sit down and play a game. You get paid to sit down and play a game, and that other people can also watch you on. So that's really what that was about. Now, Veracity is in that sector. And we spoke about last week about a couple of the coins that I was looking at. One of them being Axie Infinity. And I mentioned to all of you that while I was a holder of that, I recognize for some people they have a price barrier when they're looking to invest into any particular crypto. And Axie Infinity being at 125 was a little bit higher last week. I think it was about $150. It's too much for many people to look at. If you've only got $125, then basically you're buying one Axie Infinity coin, where if you had Decentraland, you could buy a hell of a lot more. Now, the truth is, it actually doesn't matter what the price of the coins are. Now, this may cause you to think a little bit, what are you talking about? If you get into Axie Infinity and it goes up by 20%, you're still getting 20% growth on your money, even though you might only have one Axie Infinity coin. The same with Decentraland. You might buy a bucket of Decentraland, but if it only goes up 20%, your money's only going to grow by 20% anyway. So it's kind of a false theory out there that a coin has become too expensive for you to invest in. But it's just maybe a comfort thing that a lot of people prefer to hold lots of coins because they think it's worth more, but it's actually not. What you're after is a growth on your money. And whether it's you hold one coin and that grows by 20%, or you hold 1,000 coins and that grows by 20%, your initial investment still only grows by 20%. So that's just something for you to consider. Now, the reason I brought back up this chart is we spoke about that Veracity was as part of our crypto wallets, I guess, our preferred one of our preferred coins. And after I made that video last week, there was a tweet out by Veracity that we were excited to announce our partnership with the biggest NFT game on the market, which is Axie Infinity. And during last week, you would have seen the Veracity price move up quite strongly because of that news. So Veracity has now partnered with Axie Infinity, which is the #1 gaming coin at the moment on the market. Now, for those that are interested in other gaming coins, there are other ones I'm looking at. I only mentioned really two last week. Three, sorry. I think I mentioned Axie Infinity. I certainly mentioned Decentraland, which is Mana, and I spoke about Veracity as well. The other three that you may consider looking at, if you've got some spare coin around and you want to get involved in the gaming sector, and you actually, what's really good to see is while this market's been plummeting over the last week, have a look at the Sandbox. It's up 455% while the market's been falling. Even the last 7 days. So this week, let's have a look at the last 7 days. This week, the market's dropped quite a bit, but Decentraland is up 34%, the Sandbox is up 58%, Engine Coin is up 2.76%, and Wax is up 57%. So that's really shows you how strong this sector in the market is at the moment. So the other ones that I'm looking at are the top coins. So I've already got Decentraland that is now part of my portfolio. I think that's got a really good value and a strong history, a strong future against it. The Sandbox is another one that I own. If you don't know what the sandbox is, just go and Google it. Again, it's a virtual reality world where you can actually buy real estate and do a whole heap of things in there. I think that is going to continue to make really good money for investors. So that's great. Engine Coin's a little bit different. They're sort of they work with metaverses to bring together developers and create developer tools. So really, they're an asset to any metaverse. It doesn't matter which one you might be you might be privy to or which one you might prefer. Engine Coin really is doing the background work for that and developing tools for those sites. So that to me is very important. Remember, I always speak about we want to invest in things that are going to disrupt the norm and or add value to the greater community, and I think Engine Coin's doing that. The other one is Wax. Now Wax, for most people, you probably haven't heard it. Wax is the second largest chain behind Ethereum when it comes to NFTs, but it's just not well known as say Ethereum is at the moment. It will get there over time. It's ranked number 79, as you can tell, by market capitalization, and it's still going up very strongly, up 57%. Wax actually has more sales of NFTs than OpenSea does. For those that don't know, OpenSea is an NFT platform where digital artists buy and sell digital art. So Wax actually, and it's very popular. OpenSea is probably the most popular, or you would think it was the most popular NFT marketplace, but actually Wax has more visitors, buys and sells from an economy point of view than OpenSea. So that would be the ones that I would be looking to get into if you're just starting out in the market. I think the gaming sector's got a long way to go, and it's probably going to be one of the areas in entertainment that's going to develop the fastest, because it has the most players, it has the most money. You know, people are very interested. Gaming's been around for years, as everyone knows. Before any of the stuff we see now, it was, you know, back in Nintendos, even back before Nintendos, where you had the little crystal screen games. It's all been a rage since gaming was invented, electronic gaming that is, and it's just getting better and better. And you've got things, you know, I go back 10 years and 20 years ago and think of myself playing World of Warcraft online, which was like unheard of, and how much that has now developed into a complete universe itself. So to finish this off, I think that's where we'll wrap things up for today. So only just a quick and short video. Hang in there if you're worried about the market. As I said, I do think it's a bullish moment at the moment. This, for many people, if you're used to this now, for those that have been on my channel for the last 2 years, this is a really good buying opportunity for those that have got some extra cash lying around and want to get in cheaper and dollar cost average in. If you don't want to do that and you're nervous about it, that's okay as well. Just hang tight. Remember, we're backing projects that really fit our niche of what we're looking for. That is, they're going to be a disruptor to the metaverse, a disruptor to the life cycle on the planet, and making things a lot easier for people in some way, shape, or form. Or they're disruptors, so they're coming out with new avenues and new ideas regarding certain projects and certain areas in the marketplace. Again, all of the ones we've backed so far in the portfolio, members would know what is in the portfolio. I feel still strongly that that's the case, and they're good coins to hang on to. But for those that are new and a little bit worried, don't panic too much. Again, Axie Infinity, if you can bear to pay $125 for a coin, I would still recommend it. Decentraland, the Sandbox, Engine Coin, and Wax are all top picks. Again, not financial advice, just financial opinion. And we will see you in the next video in about a week's time. Until then, take care.